Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing a cowboy slash small town book rec video. I am so excited to get straight into this. We're going to be doing book recs and we're also going to be doing the few books that are on my TBR because I want to share with you guys the other books that are on my radar but I haven't read yet, in case they're on your radar and that you're interested. I thought that'd be a really fun idea. So in today's video we're going to be going through first of all the book recommendations, because myself, my favourite sub-genre is a cowboy, especially small town and cowboy. It is a great mix, and when found family is involved, chef's kiss, it makes it even better. So I thought I would do a recommendation video in today's video. I am currently surrounded by books. This Leaning Tower of Pisa is kind of terrifying me because I'm really scared it's going to fall on me. We can hope and we can pray that ain't going to happen in today's video, but I have some unusual books in here as well as some very well-known books in here, so I just thought we'll dive straight into this and get straight into it. I believe there is about 8 books, maybe, not including like series, because I have got a few series in here as well. So let's roll the clips and get straight into the video. We are kicking it straight off with Alive and Well by Bailey Hannah. I haven't heard many people talk about this book, but this book was recommended to me by my dearest friend, which is Lonnie. She recommended me this book and actually got me this book as well. I love the cover so much, but this book does have triggers in it, so trigger warnings will be on screen for you guys as always. Now in this book there is a girl, Cecilia, who moves from the city to try and get away from an abusive relationship, and she moves to this ranch because she met one of the owners of the ranch, and that is how she came here. And Wells is the name of the guy. That's why it's called Alive and Wells instead of Well. Very fun play on words. I love it. This book is the grumpy sunshine trope. So Cece is very sunshine, even with everything that's happened to her, she's still up and lively. And then we have Wells, who is a very grumpy rancher kind of guy. Like, what more does a girl want to read about than that? Honestly, it's beautiful. The grumpy cowboy obviously falls head over heels for this girl who was from the city, that he never thought he would fall head over heels for a girl who's from the city. So what more book do you want to read about than that? There is a lot of deep topics in this though, as well as such a light-hearted book. Bailey Hannah definitely touches on this side of it very well, and it very easily flows together, which is one of the reasons why I love this. Like, I love a book that's got slightly darker themes or more intense themes but still light-hearted and really easy to read, and this is one of them. It is perfect little read. This is also on Kindle Unlimited for my Kindle girlies. It is on there, and this is an indie published book. I haven't really heard many people talk about this at all, which is kind of why I wanted to put this in here, because I really wanted to bring light to this book, because a lot of people go on about Chestnut Spring series and a lot of people go on about the Eden series, but not about this book series, because there is 2. I believe there's a 3rd one coming out soon, maybe, if I am correct. But this book is definitely one of my favourites in this pile, and I would highly recommend for you guys to read it. Me mentioning the Chestnut Hills series, could it be a cowboy small town book recommendation video without me bringing up the ones that got everyone started into this series, and that is the Chestnut Spring series. I have all of them here. I am gonna really struggle to hold it up. This series has 5 different people in it, 5 different series. They're all interconnected standalones, and I would highly recommend to read it in order. So the first one is Flawless. This is Rhett and Summer. Summer is Rhett's agent's daughter, and she has to look after him and basically make sure he make no mistakes that summer, make sure that he's on his A game because he's a bull rider, and make sure that he does not make any mistakes, because this boy is known for it. What can I say? These are spicy. So this one is the first one, and this one, if you don't enjoy it that much, trust me, all you need to do before you enjoy the series so much is go on to Daddy Cade's book, aka Heartless. This book is Willa, who is Summer's best mate, and Cade, who is Rhett's brother. He calls her Red, for 1. 2, Cade is a single dad. Yeah. And Willa is this outgoing person who just falls in love with the life that it lives, and she comes out here to see Summer. She meets Daddy Cade. This book is spicy. It is spicy. It is so yummy and delicious. And Daddy Cade, the hot tub scene, then the kitchen scene. Within the first couple of chapters he picks up her underwear that falls out of the bag. Do I need to say anything less? Third one is Friends to Lovers. They are childhood best mates, and that is Powerless by Elsie Silver. Now this one at the time hit, but looking back on it, didn't hit as much as the other ones in my opinion. This one is an ice hockey player, professional ice hockey player, and she's a ballerina. They're childhood best friends to lovers, which is Jasper. He is like one of the brothers, like Rhett and Cade, but isn't actually biologically their brother, but basically is their brother in a sense, because he has a lot of dark things that happen to him. It was missing some points, like we don't really learn a lot about Jasper from my memory, but I did still really enjoy it. And this one is spicy as well, but the fact like she is engaged and he rescues her from that and goes and said to the guy, she fucked me with wearing your ring, like scrumdiddly-umptious. Now we've got two on my left. Then we got Reckless by Elsie Silver, obviously Chestnut Spring series, they're all one series, Tanwen. And this one is Theo, who literally wolfs at Winter, and Winter is Summer's sister. She then accidentally gets pregnant, so it is an accidental pregnancy trope, but not done in a bad way. Apart from Winter is a very independent girly, and that is kind of irritating at times, her being such an independent girly. But yeah, this is so funny. Theo fucking barking her. Theo barking at her was just, what more do I need to say? Rhett, call off your dog, because Theo is the younger version of Rhett. He's a bull riding professional. Theo just barks. Iconic moment. And then the final one is Hopeless, and this one I was really looking forward to this, because throughout these books something happens to Boo, and then we get Boo's book last. I was looking forward to it. I was hyped so much about it. Also signed edition, and there is a whole reading vlog on this video. I believe the first three and this one I have reading vlogs for. Reckless I don't, because I actually read this when I was in work in literally one sitting, so that's why that's not on there. But this one I was so hyped about. It didn't hit as much of the hype, but my god, fake engagement to this girl who is an outcast, who no one wants to be bothered with, but she's trying to escape this place, and he's like, yeah, I'll fake engage to you. But he's always had a crush on her, and she actually saves him, and it's the sweetest thing ever because of his PTSD and all of that jazz, and she saves him, and it's so cute. It's such a cute romance. I will always recommend, I will always let everyone, if that's what you want to start cowboy romance with, that is a series to go for. And in the UK they're not badly priced at all. They're like £2.50 in the works. We're on the 3 for £6 deal. But if you want a series to read, that is a series for you, because it's such a place in my heart. Like, it's a bit like the off-campus series. Like, that is everyone's go-to in the hockey romance series, and that is it. Like, Chestnut Springs is that for the cowboy romance. Like, is there better out there? Yes, but that series has a place in everyone's hearts because that's the one that starts them. So I probably recommend to go with that one first, then go into Alive and Wells. But if you've never read cowboy romance ever, that is the series to go for. Then moving on from there, we're going to do another Elsie Silver book, because Elsie Silver is just a queen herself, and that is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Now this is about Willa's brother Ford, and this is a single dad romance. All of these books in this new series is single dad. Now, is this a cowboy romance? No, but it is a single dad small town romance, and he is a music producer. And this is Rosie comes back to this small town that she is from, and that is how their romance starts. He finds out he's a single dad. Rosie helps him out, and it is really, really cute. So I'd highly recommend. I've also done a full reading vlog of this one as well. So if you want to know my full thoughts and feelings, the reading vlogs are always in the cards for you guys. But yeah, reading vlog of this was so much fun. I annotated it, and I fell in love with this book. Like, Ford out of all the Chestnut Springs boys and Elsie Silver boys, Ford is the best. Like, Ford is just beautiful. Going on to more cowboys, this is a one that is a lot smaller, like thinner book wise, and is currently only 3, but there's gonna be 4 books in the series, maybe more than that. So this is the Lassoed series, and this is the Rebel Blue series. So I've got Done and Dusted here and Swift and Saddled. Lost and Lassoed has just come out, but that is on my TBR, so that's come later on in this video. But these are the 2 books I would highly recommend. They are £3.50 in the work, and I got these before they were out in the works. I believe I actually read these on Kindle Limited when they first ever came out, and I got this one as NetGalley arc as well. I love this series. Like, this series is really thin, easy cowboy romance. Like, you know what you're getting when you read this series. There's nothing too complicated about them. You're just getting very basic, very fun, very quick, easy cowboy romances. So in both these books there is fake dating, and there is this fish out of the water trope where basically girls come over from being in the city, come back either back to their small town or a small town they've never been to before. So this one is childhood friends to lovers. He owns the bar that they go to. She has always had a crush on him, and that is how that story goes. So she went to college, came from this small town, rode horses, and had to come back to this small town due to something that happened to her and her fear of horses. So he actually helps her out, and it is the cutest thing ever because he helps her basically get back on the saddle for her job, for her career, and it is the most cutest thing ever. And then in this one, this is where this girl Ada comes to the small town because she knows Emmy, and comes to the small town. She knows Emmy and Teddy. I think it's more Teddy she knows than Ada. I think it's more Teddy that she knows, but she comes to the small town. She is this realtor. She's helping one of the brothers, because there is 3 brothers, helping one of the brothers with a house, and she accidentally has a one night stand with him, and he does not date people that he works for or goes out with. He does not do anything. He only goes with tourists for a very good reason. But he thought that she was a tourist. She was not a tourist. She was here to stay. And what more can I say about it? They're really thin, easy reads though. So if you want a really easy book to read, these are the ones to go for. I absolutely love these books so much. The next one is one of my favourite series of all time. And due to this, I've read 14 of her books just this year alone. And this is one of my favourite authors, and I found her this year. That is Devney Perry, the Eden series. So not all of these are a cowboy romance, but they all are a small town romance. The first one, Indigo Ridge, this is a rancher and a police officer. There is a murder involved. People think it's suicides. She knows they are not suicides. She is trying to work out what's going on, and this rancher helps her out. My god, is this book good. It is like these books, the reason I love these books here so much is they're not just a small town, they're not just a basic one. There's something going on in every single story. Each story like follows along, and that's what I love about Devney Perry book so much. When she does an interconnected standalone, it is interconnected. You cannot read one without reading the others. They're all synced together and they all follow along. So the end of this one follows on to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one. I have gone on about these books for months, and that is because these books and Devney Perry is my favourite author. I have a feeling when I talk about my favourite authors of 2024, she is going to be the top. I have currently read 14 of her books alone. If that doesn't tell you anything about Devney Perry, I don't know what does. But these books are incredible, and they are the perfect start to the Devney Perry universe. I just recommend anyone to get reading these books. I think a lot of people have recommended these to. Love them and devour them. Like, what more do you need than a small town cowboy romance that also has a bit of edge to it? There's so much more to these than what is on the eye. Like, you'll think, oh, it's just a cowboy romance. No, it's not. It's not just a cowboy romance. It is so much more than that. There is depth and meaning, and the things that they go through is so inspirational, and these characters actually have a place in my heart forever because I cannot stop thinking about them. I've read so many of her books, and every single one of them just resonates with me so much. I don't know what it is about her writing, but I freaking love them. These are my babies, and I will continuously recommend you them. I took my very precious time reading these. I could have read these in a month alone and not read anything else, but I made sure I slowly read them because I was just like, I could not put them down. A Devney Perry book, I can never put them down. They are always in my heart. They are always my favourite books, and I will continuously recommend them. From this thing alone, you need to read the Devney Perry series, the Edens. Get yourself started on them. They have been traditionally published as well, which is even better. And I just absolutely love them. So this one's about a sheriff and a rancher. This one is a single mum and chef. This one is about a doctor and a fighter. This one is about Tally's twin sister Lyla, who owns a bakery and a police officer from out of state. This one is about Eloise, who owns the hotel, and about Foster, who you meet's boxing coach. And this one is about Mateo, who is a pilot, or was a pilot, who's turned into a single dad, and another character that you meet on the way. Like I said, all of them are interconnected. You cannot read one without the other, otherwise it will get confusing. So they are all the physical books I've read. I'm gonna rack my brains to see if I've got any more recommendations for you guys. Another series is by Kat Singleton, and that is Tempt Our Fate. This is Forbidden Love. She is the cowboy in this scenario, and he is the grumpy city goer who has to come over here, and he is opening up in this little small village a gallery right next door to her bakery. She does not like him, he does not like her, and it is a rivals to lovers romance, and they should not be together, but somehow they end up together. And it is a very fun read. It is very quick, it's very easy to read, and it is absolutely freaking-tastic. I would highly recommend to read it, because what more do you need than a Forbidden Love? I do love a Forbidden Love, and this one, it was just a really quick, easy read, nothing too complicated. What does it beat my Devney Perry ones? No, and it doesn't beat the Chestnut Springs ones. But as a little like refresher, it's a very fun little read if you want something a bit different. And also it kind of interconnects into Kat Singleton's other books, which is like a billionaire book series that she has. So her worlds all interconnect, which I freaking love, and that was really fun to read. I am going to reread the book series, but I feel like I need more recommendations of other cowboys and small town books to read as well, because her books feel very repetitive. Like, I like Devney Perry because they're all a bit different. They don't seem repetitive, but hers, they seem quite repetitive, and that's my only issue with them. That is all of the books I have to recommend for you guys. I'm now going to go on to my small little pile of physical books that are on my TBR that I really want to read, because I really want to show you guys some of the books that are on my TBR to read. I also have some as well that are not on my physical, so I'm also going to be sharing them with you guys as well. So first of all, I'll go through on my physical, and then I'll go through my Kindle TBR for you guys. So on my list, which is on my Kindle and on my physical TBR, and that is Live, Ranch, Love by Emma Lucy. This is a wellness creator. Believe that she's British, with a cowboyer. I don't know much about it. I do know that Lonnie read it and said it was really good, and I know that I follow the author, and this has been on my radar for a bit, so I wanted to pick it up. I actually got this given to, well, not given, I got this in a book subscription box that I received. I kind of forgot I ordered it, so it was a surprise to me. So I got this, and I actually can't wait to read it. It was on my radar to read on my Kindle, but I now have the paperback as well, which is a very cute little paperback. The next one, is anyone going to be surprised by this? No. It's Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. I'm so excited to read this. However, I was so excited to read it, and then Lonnie was like, I've read it, and so is my other mate, and we didn't really like it, and that's kind of upsetting me, and it's kind of put me off, but I need to get to it by the end of this year. So by this year, I will have read this book, because I cannot wait for the third one in this series that's coming out. I'm excited to read it. I'm a bit nervous, but we're gonna get reading. We're gonna see thoughts and feelings. I will be doing a reading vlog for this, obviously, because I've done one for nearly every single Elsie Silver book I've read. Then this one is a new one for me. I've had it on my TBR for a while, but I saw Georgia on TikTok saying that Elsie Silver recommended this, so she read it, and then her review on this was incredible. So that is Rootbound by Taria Dewitt. Apparently this is such an underrated book, so I'm very excited to read it. I have 2 Talia Dewitt's books on my list to be read, so I'm very excited. So all I know is that it's a city girl and a cowboy, and it's opposites attract, so that sounds fun. Then I've got 2 Paisley Hope books I've actually started, Holding the Reins, and I've got Training the Heart here as well. Look at these sprayed edges. The works is really coming through with the sprayed edges. So I've actually started Holding the Reins, and I'm absolutely loving this. I cannot wait to just sit and like binge read this. I am beyond excited. I've just started it. I'm doing a whole reading vlog for this for another video that I'm doing, so you'll see my thoughts and feelings on this one. And then obviously Training the Heart, which is the second one, and she's also got a third one coming out soon, so I am loving it. I prefer the American covers of these books though, rather than the British ones, but I could not resist these sprayed edges from the work. And then on my Kindle TBR, I have got Seen and Read, which is by Bailey Hannah. This is a pregnancy trope one, which follows along from Alive and Well. I have got Lost and Lassoed, obviously by Lyla Sage, because I cannot wait to read the third one in this series, and there is also a 4th one coming out soon as well. Last but not least, I've got Sunlight by Devney Perry, which is Devney Perry's brand new romance, which is got a cowboy small town. So I cannot wait to read all of these books, and these are all the books that are on my TBR. So in today's video, we've gone through my book recommendations and my TBR. If you've read any of these or have any thoughts and feelings, please do comment them down below. I would love to hear them. Don't forget to subscribe down below and click the notification bell so you're notified when I do upload, just so you can see any more book recommendations from me or anything like that. I do reading vlogs, book recommendations, and loads of other sorts of videos. And don't forget to hit a like button, and then it means that I know you've definitely liked this video, and I'll do more of them. So I'll see you guys next time in my next video, Sunday 4 PM. So I'll see you guys there.